Ooh, this is cute. This is called my Get It Done bun. I just feel incredibly productive with this hairstyle. I don't know what it is. Penelope Garcia, getting it done, sitting in, like, the girl in the chair, the woman in the chair, she gets down, she's focused, she does the work. That's the energy that I feel from this hair. I don't know. But I thought I'd just do a quick little chatty update kind of video today. It's, I think, June 28th right now. And I've noticed that everybody on this here app of YouTube has been giving you an update about what they're gonna do for Camp Nanowrimo in July. And I was feeling a little bit of FOMO about that. Like, I wanted to also update you about what I'm doing for camp. But the problem is I'm not really doing anything for camp. Really, for camp, I set this arbitrary goal for myself to finish what I'm working on right now on July 14th. Why July 14th? I could not tell you. It is a random date and I'm aware of that, but it's just the date that's in my head. I'll kind of walk you through how we got to this point. Because my next step is to give my draft to beta readers. And a lot of the people who typically beta read for me are in college right now. So I want to give them enough time where this isn't cutting into their school time. So I think August is too late for that. I feel like I want to give you just kind of an update about where everything is at, because I haven't done like a distinctly like focused project video in a while. I've done a couple of writing vlogs and experiments where I've been working on this project, but I haven't really updated you about what stage it's in, what is the status. So this project, I actually named it. It's called Project Groove. It is a thriller romance type of book. I wrote the first 50,000 words of it in NaNoWriMo. Cut to January when I actually started this channel, the first couple of vlogs, when I got back into it, because I was just right about at Act 3 and I jumped in and I finished it about mid-February. And then I took a month off and then I went on a retreat and I read it and I made a bunch of notes in March. And then in April for camp, my camp April goal was currently what I'm working on. What I'm working on right now is what I thought was gonna happen in April. And she was ambitious, which was to do the entire revision. But really what ended up happening in April was that I identified all the problems. So I made all of the notes, what was wrong, and I started rewriting. So I decided for this project that I'm going to rewrite it from the beginning. But I'm not doing a blind rewrite. I know some people will like put away the first manuscript and just start from the beginning. But what I'm doing, I'm typing every word of the second draft, but I'm having the first draft up on a different panel. So I use Scrivener. So on one panel I have like bookmarked documents. So I have my notes for my chapters, for my chapter revisions, and then I also have the chapter. It's like the old draft. So then I'm typing out everything from the first draft, but if anything doesn't work. So that way I can kind of catch typos, but also I'm really focused on the integrity of scenes right now, because most of the plot issues I had kind of thought of before writing. So I think everybody does most people do a major plot overhaul at one point or another. I think sometimes people do it when they're plotting the book, and sometimes people do it in a revision. So if you're really going through and like looking at the scene structure and the plot structure and how does everything come together and does it all make sense, and like I used the Save the Cat beat structure, like beating out what happens at what point, what are the twists, what are the turns, what is a character, what is all that. So I think pantsers still go through that kind of an outline, but that outlining revision work happens in the second draft, right? And I feel like for this book, as of right now, I did that on the front end of things. So there were a couple of developmental plot things I needed to fix, but most things were in the interior scene structure. Like, does the scene have tension? Pretty minor things, which is a little bit like maybe I should have more revisions for this draft, but here we are. Anyway, so in April, I kind of worked through getting my act together and then starting rewriting, but all I got through was that chapter 1. May and I would say the first 2 weeks of June are a very busy time for me with work. My day job is a video director, so I do editing and filming for like companies and nonprofits and just like a bunch of different things. So I have a lot of like 10 to 12 hour shoot days in May and June. So I didn't get a ton of writing done in those times, and that's kind of okay. It's just that I had hoped to be done before I got to that point, but now we're just here. So it was about the second week in June, and I was like, wait a minute, I want to get this to beta readers this summer. And then I was like doing a little math and I was like, wait a minute, I still need to rewrite this entire book. So like the revisions had happened in my mind, they just hadn't happened in the book yet. So then it was like June 10th and I was like, let's get it together, everybody. I have 2 acts left. So I could say that my Camp Nano project is writing the next 2 acts of the book, but I'm not going to spend all of July doing that. I'm actually working on a large video right now where I write for a certain number of hours, and it's like a multi-week vlog. But that will only take me through half of July. So what my thoughts are is that maybe I should just take a break, one could argue, but my thought is that I would like to get a concept or like a really rough outline of what I'm gonna do for Nano this coming year. Because I'm hoping to get beta feedback returned to me sometime in August, and then in like September, October, spend, implementing that, getting that draft ready, so then in November I can send it to beta readers again over that Christmas break. And Nano, like I'll start something new in Nano and then do like a Christmas break kind of moment, and then do a final revision next spring and start querying hopefully next spring. We'll see if that's enough drafts. We'll see what the beta readers say. It might be total garbage and then we'll have to spend more time, but it's gonna be weird to think about another book because I feel like I just started writing this one, but that's, November, so sort of, but I would like to be at a pace where I'm fully writing a book a year and getting feedback on it, like getting a book ready to go every year, which is maybe too ambitious, and depending on where my life ends up going, it might not be able to happen, but I've already been querying the book I'm querying right now since September. And I know that after about a year, like it's gonna be coming close to the time to shelve it. And honestly, at this point, I'm really okay with that. I actually got a full request the other day, and then also there was a rejection, so don't get too excited about it. I got like personalized feedback on that book, and that was like crazy. I was like, good morning, Baltimore, what? My thought is if I can keep the train moving and like start querying a different book, like finish and start a new one every about 1.5 years, that'll set me up for a good pace. Because it's really about fit, and if this one's not gonna be the right fit for someone right now, I might as well get the next one going. So yeah, right now I'm about halfway through Act 2. I've been going a lot faster, writing like all the time. So that's good that I feel like I've gotten back into it, but it won't be like the clean lines of the 30 days of Camp Nano, which is a great segue into my next point, which is if you would like to beta read for me, I know I have said this a couple of times, but I'm gonna make an intentional point right now. If you want to beta read and you are good at analyzing plot structure and you are good at just like general consistency, if you like thrillers, if you like romance, any of the things, I have my beta reader interest form linked down below, and it just has a couple of questions. But if there's any type of content that go into, I don't know, just let me know. Let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. But yep, okay, and so I will, yep. If you're doing Camp Nanowrimo, tell me what project you're working on so I can cheer you on. And I am so excited I'm so excited for Camp Nanowrimo because the writing vlog content on this here AuthorTube is gonna just be off the charts, and I'm so excited to watch everybody's vlogs. So yeah, see you next time.